Sometimes life leaves us breathless, not from awe, but from exhaustion. We try to keep it all together, but deep inside, we're just trying to survive. Dead dreams, unanswered prayers, and silent nights make us wonder, is this all there is? But what feels dead isn't the end. There are seasons where everything looks over. Your passion, your purpose, your hope. But those things didn't die. They were buried, like seeds, waiting, hidden beneath layers of disappointment and delay, just waiting for the right time to rise again. And now, that time is here. This is not your final chapter. You're not done. Something deep inside you is waking up. A fire is being reignited, not a wildfire of impulse, but a steady flame of divine purpose. What looked like the end was really a pause, and what felt like silence was sacred preparation. The dreams you buried because they hurt too much to hope for again. Yes, those dreams are being called back to life. They were never meant to stay dead. You may have walked away from them, but they never left you. Now they are rising, not because you pushed, but because grace moved. We often give up not because we're weak, but because we're tired. Tired of trying. Tired of failing. But hear this, your effort didn't go unnoticed. Your silent tears were seen. Your unseen faith still spoke loudly in heaven. And now, what felt like loss is becoming resurrection. There's a moment when the fog lifts and you finally feel the shift. A holy awareness that something is different. That moment is now, not because life got easier, but because you are standing in the time that was always reserved for breakthrough. You just couldn't see it before. You've cried over closed doors, but some of those doors weren't locked. They were just waiting. And now they are swinging open. The timing is not random. It's sacred. You're not late. You're not behind. You are right on time for what's about to be reborn inside you. But let's be honest, waiting hurts. You questioned everything. You asked why it's taking so long. Why others moved ahead while you sat still. But let me tell you, stillness wasn't punishment. It was preparation. Something deeper than success was happening within you. While it looked like nothing was happening, something vital was being built. Not around you, but inside you. Patience was forming. Humility was growing. Faith was being stretched. And character was being strengthened. You weren't forgotten. You were being forged. Some blessings are heavy. If they come too soon, they crush us. That's why the delay was mercy in disguise. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. You weren't being withheld from your blessing. Your blessing was being protected from the old version of you. Now, because you endured, you are ready. Not just to receive what's coming, but to carry it with maturity. The very weight that would have crushed you before will now anchor you. You've been shaped to hold it. That's what makes this moment so powerful. You're not the same. This strength didn't come from comfort. It came from pain, from pressing through disappointment, from showing up even when nothing changed, from standing firm when everything told you to quit. You didn't just survive the storm, you were strengthened by it. And you will still face battles. Yes, challenges will come. But this time you're different. You're not walking in alone. You're equipped. You've been given something powerful. Truth that shields you, love that anchors you, and purpose that cannot be shaken. When resistance shows up, it's not always a sign to turn back. Sometimes it's proof you're heading in the right direction. The pressure you feel is not meant to crush you. It's meant to reveal what's been planted within you. This is not a breakdown. This is a breakthrough. You've been given authority, not to avoid the fight, but to win it. You're not defenseless. You've been given wisdom, clarity, courage, and power to stand firm. You don't need to fear the battle ahead. You're not who you used to be. You've been trained for this moment. When storms come, and they will lift your hands, not in surrender to fear, but in worship. Worship is your weapon. Faith is your foundation. When winds blow, anchor yourself in what never shifts. Truth, love, purpose. These are the unshakable stones you now stand on. You are not weak. You are not defeated. You are not abandoned. You are called, chosen, carried, strengthened, equipped. You may feel pressure, but you are not alone. Heaven's hand is still on you. You are being led by a purpose greater than pain. This is your turning point. Not because your circumstances changed, but because you have. You're no longer waiting for someone else to save you. You've realized your story still matters. Your life still has meaning. And your best chapter is not behind you, it's ahead. So breathe again. Stand again. Believe again. Hope again. Because what felt dead is coming back to life. And what seemed delayed is arriving right on time. You are walking into a new season, not empty-handed, but fully prepared. You're not starting over, you're starting stronger. You've been walking with chains of limitation for too long, measuring your future by your past. But let me remind you, your limits are not God's limits. The one who walks with you is not bound by time, people, or circumstances. He is above it all, and you walk with His power. You've been thinking too small, looking at your life through the lens of lack, delay, and fear. But now, you're being invited to see yourself differently, to walk not as a victim, but as a victor. You are more than a survivor. You are a conqueror, even when you don't feel like one. The same power that created the stars, split the seas, and stilled storms is alive in you. You may not see it yet, but you carry a divine authority, not to dominate people, but to overcome darkness, not to boast, but to break chains, not to impress, but to impact. You're being called to rise, to stop shrinking into the background, doubting your worth. You were created with intention. Your life is not random. The trials you've endured have not disqualified you. They've prepared you. They didn't destroy you. They built something eternal. You've questioned why you had to go through so much. The pain, the betrayal, the loneliness. But nothing was wasted. Every wound taught you wisdom. Every loss taught you love. Every silence taught you surrender. And every delay made space for something greater. The world may have only seen your struggles, but heaven saw your endurance. And now, it's time to walk in the truth. You were never forgotten. You were being prepared, not just for restoration, but for purpose. Not just to be healed, but to become a healer. You are stepping into a divine shift, not because you forced your way forward, but because heaven has gone before you. Doors are opening, not by chance, but by design. Paths are being cleared, not for comfort, but for calling. What once blocked you will now bless you. You may feel like you're just one person, but hear this, your voice carries weight. Your prayers move things in the spiritual realm. Even your quiet faith, when no one saw it, was shaking foundations. You matter. Your life matters. Your calling is real. There were moments when your faith felt weak, when your strength gave out. But even then, you were never insignificant. The little faith you held onto was heard. And now that small seed is becoming a tree. Your cries reached heaven, and now heaven is responding. You've tried to figure it all out, tried to control outcomes. But this next season won't be about your effort. It will be about divine movement. Not by might, not by power, but by spirit. You will stand, not because you're strong, but because you're being held. Your eyes are being opened. You're beginning to see not through pain, but through promise. Not through scars, but through purpose. You're being shown who you really are, not broken, but beautifully built through fire. Not abandoned, but deeply chosen. You've apologized for being too bold, too different, too called. But that ends now. No more hiding. No more shrinking. You are a child of destiny. Your light is meant to shine. Your voice is meant to echo. And your presence is meant to carry the fragrance of heaven. You will build again. You will sing again. You will create again. Everything that seemed to die in you is rising, not through willpower, but by the breath of God. The resurrection has already begun. Your heart knows it. You feel the stirring. It's time. Stop waiting for someone else to tell you you're enough. You already have the highest approval. You've been called, commissioned, and covered. Don't let fear stop you now. Don't let doubt steal this moment. You were made for such a time as this. Step into the land that's been prepared for you. Speak the words you were created to release. Move in the purpose that's been placed in your spirit. You're not alone. You are surrounded, guided, and empowered. Even in silence, God is working. Even in stillness, things are shifting. Trust beyond what your eyes can see. Believe beyond what you feel. This is your moment, not just to stand, but to rise. Not just to hope, but to walk in fulfillment. The battle has already shifted in your favor. You're not walking toward victory. You're walking from it. You are stepping into spiritual authority, into power, into peace, into promise. Not for applause, not for platform, but for purpose. Your life will be a lighthouse. Your words will carry healing. And your story, yes, your story, will glorify the one who never left your side.